Hi, and welcome to another episode of Success Ladder Podcast. As you know, our aim is to inspire the world, is to bring one story, one conversation at a time in each episode that we do. And today, I'm joined with a very familiar face. Her name is Glory Gatwiri. We've done a couple of episodes, and the last episode that we did, we talked about how to stand out in a world where people expect you and the society expects you to conform to it. And one thing that came out strongly, that there is something that you need for you to show up. There is something that you need for you to stand out, and that is the confidence code. And today I want us to talk about the confidence code. But before we do that, I want to welcome Glory Gatwiri. As you know, I know this is not the first time, this is not the second time, but you're going to have to introduce yourself again for those people who are joining us for the first time. And I can tell you that the previous conversation have been amazing. You can go check them out. The first one that we did was talking about
from excuses to execution.
To execution, and then the second one, the one that I've just mentioned, on how to stand out from a world that expects you to fit in. So Glory Gatwiri, for me, I know you. So is Glory.
Thank you. At this rate, I can be a resident guest now.
Definitely.
Resident guest.
And by the way, that means that she's just confirmed that this is not the last episode that we're doing. Yes. She's gonna come, we're gonna do some more episodes in future. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me again. It's always a pleasure to be back. And yeah, Glory Gatwiri is a girl, as you can see. She's a daughter, she's a sister, a procurement professional, a 20-something-year-old who is trying to figure out what this life thing is about.
Amazing. Actually, from the way she's introduced herself, for her to appear in this podcast more than two times, this is the third time, there is something in her, and that is what we are talking about today, confidence. She's a very confident lady, and I just want you to tell us, in your own perspective, what is confidence?
To me, confidence is believing in myself, believing I can, believing that nothing is limiting me. I am the only limit to myself. Yes, to me that's what confidence is. And believing that the world is my playground, so I can play any game.
Yeah, and
that world.
And God owns the world.
Yes.
I know you're a Christian, you're religious. Yeah. So how were you born confident? Is it something that have grown into you, you've built it over time? I just want to know, because some people, if you look at them, they are not confident. So I just want to know if it is something that is inborn, if it is something that it can be inborn and then we can grow it over time, or if you're not born confident, that's it.
Well, for me, I can say it's inborn, but I've had to grow it, because when I was young, I was confident, saying Bible verses in church, like saying them confidently, not saying them confidently, acting skits and things like that. And then also in primary, I was in prefect position, I think, all my primary life. So for you to be a prefect that time, that means you had confidence even to talk to teachers, But when I went to high school, my confidence was a bit shaken. That time I I was not so confident because of how I found, because I in high school it's a diverse place. It's not like primary school where most of you were, maybe it's a school in the estate,
Yes,
so
you
most
come
of you
from
are
the same area.
exactly.
Yeah.
In high school, people are from all ends
Corners.
of the world.
True.
Of Kenya, also the world. So in high school, my confidence was a bit shaken. I remember even, and it really affected even my performance, because I was a high performer when I was joining the school. But now, due to confidence issues, I am fearing. And then that what caused it is that you're doing your best, but someone is not acknowledging it, or you're even being scolded for something, like something you people know, if you went through the 844 system, you know how Kenyan high schools are. Like, you're being scolded. Also, going back to the part of being authentic, you're being scolded for being authentic. You're being punished for being authentic. Probably it's being outspoken. If you speak your mind, you're told you are rude, and you're punished for that. You have a reputation among the teachers. So that time in high school, I kind of shrinked myself. I remember even my mom to date says, hey, whatever was happening to you when you were in high school, I almost mentioned the name, whatever was happening to you when you were in high school, that one needs to be studied, and we come up with remedies for anyone else who is going through that, because it was that bad. And I remember, the one reason I was happy to finish high school is because that time after that I knew I will not meet with anyone who who shook my confidence and things like that. I actually tell my mother I've really tried my best to forget that high school experience, because it's not something there's nothing to take home.
You overcame that experience.
During after high school, now going to campus, I overcame it. And then I think one thing that works for me is being in new environments, because I'm like, nobody knows me. So I have right now,
starting afresh.
Exactly. How they perceive me is up to me. So I will show up as, So when in campus, I overcame it, and that did a big whatever. It made a big change and changed the trajectory of my life.
I think you're very right, and it's something that personally I've experienced. The world is not so happy. The society, not every, but part of the society is not so accommodative to confident people. And though you've said it, people normally confuse confidence with rudeness. A confident person will he or she will talk about things in an open way without any fear. I'll talk about what I believe in.
Sure.
And I think I've had so many cases where people say, maybe I'm rude, or they have their own perspective about me. But one thing is that I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, and I'm going to stand with it. But from your story, there is something that I've picked up, and it's something that it's very common, that any confident person, whenever their confidence is shaken, then self-doubt can come in. And when self-doubt creeps in, you realize that even the things that you are capable of doing, even where you are qualified, you'll have that fear. You won't have that confidence of getting yourself into those places, sitting in those tables that you deserve. So how do you overcome this, since you overcame that? Because I think from what you've said, when your confidence was shaken, self-doubt took over you. But then again, you overcame it. And you rebuild that confidence. And I believe from the glory that I know and the glory that I've known is that you're very confident. So that means that self-doubt part of it is already gone. So how did you overcome the self-doubt aspect of it? And when you talk about self-doubt, you also need to think about imposter syndrome, because it's something they normally go hand in hand. Yeah. So how do you overcome those two?
Well, let me start first by saying it's the self-doubt is not gone kabisa.
Okay.
It is still there, but now the difference is that
How
right
can you
now
take it away?
I
Wait.
don't-
How can you take away? I want it to go.
you want it to go?
Yeah. But we'll talk about that one off the cameras.
Yes. So I think how you now the self-doubt, what is different right now from what was happening in high school is that right now I don't let the self-doubt influence me. As much as it's there, I don't let it make me not make a decision.
Yeah.
So how you can do that is, there's one thing that I usually listen. I am a Christian. So I usually know that anything that I want to do or anything that I have a desire of doing, it cannot be just out of the blues. I usually believe that it's God who has put it in me, who has put that desire in me.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that he's the one who has put that desire in me, he will bring the resources and whatever is needed to do that specific thing. So that is one thing that gives me confidence, that makes me not hold back from doing what I am supposed to do. Also, yeah, so one, going back to God makes me rooted. Yeah. Another thing is doing it scared. Don't wait for until when you are ready. And that is also another thing. I remember in the first episode that I was here, I said I am talking to myself.
Yeah.
So right now I'm also talking to myself,
Yes.
doing things scared.
Yeah.
Right now there's a big move that I am not that I am supposed, I want to make.
Yeah. There's something you're drawing.
Yes, there's something I'm drawing, but it's like I'm like, now I'm waiting for me to be ready. I'm waiting for me to have enough funds. I don't want. Actually, there's someone I was texting on my way here, and we were talking how adulting is going, and she's in the same scenario as me, but she's scared. Like, she wants to make the move, but she's scared because she just wants to see the money in her account, and she feels like when she makes the move, the money will have to go out of the account. So that's the same thing with me. So you have to do it scared. So this is glory to glory. You do it scared. To overcome that self-doubt. Don't wait until you are ready. And then also, there's another thing that people confuse with confidence. That is perfection.
Yep.
The moment they think that when you are confident, you are a perfect person, but that's not the case. You just do it. If it fails, it's okay. You rise up, you have that resilient spirit. You rise up, you try again. We try again tomorrow. Yeah.
One thing that I can tell you that you'll never be ready. You'll never be ready. You'll never have enough money. So if you think about starting something, you have to start it. I always say, just have the right plans.
Yeah.
Once you have the right plans, you'll never be ready. You'll never be ready. There is no time. You'll just realize that you get to a point, there is something still missing. You'll still have that doubt. You'll still have that fear. Yeah. And that money, the advantage with it is when you decide to do whatever you want to do with it will not only be there in the account, but it will multiply. Yeah, so I'm encouraging you that you go and do it.
Actually, one thing that my dad usually tells me when, like, maybe I'm afraid to use, even when I'm saying I want to see that money in my account, he's usually like, hiyo pesa unaweka hapo ununue nayo gari ama. So actually, but then that's another phrase that makes you see first these risks that entail money. That is one thing I usually tell myself, that money, because it's not enough to buy a car. So I just if it's investing or whatever.
I always say that it's always good to start now. There is no best moment like now.
Sure.
Yeah, you better start it now. the more you have that fear of starting, then you'll never execute it. Let's turn the conversation a little bit positive. I know you're confident. And I just want you to tell us if you have an experience where your confidence change the outcome of a situation, how it happened, and what lessons did you pick from it. And maybe right now sitting, reflecting back, or rather, that point where maybe you are losing confidence, you're not confident about something, and then confident, you build the confidence, you approach the situation, and it changed the outcome. Maybe you can give us an experience if you have
a scenario where my confidence changed the outcome
of a situation.
Something.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. I'm looking. I am,
it doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be even an exam. It can be even maybe moving out from your house to somewhere to meet a friend. Those small things are the most important things.
Perfect. I have remembered. Now, sometimes I usually like watch podcasts of people giving their experiences, and I'm like, Kai, you people have lived 33 lives. So when I'm told to give an experience with my 20-something years. But anyway, so there's this. Me, I've never been a bookworm. You know, those people who are serious. Like me, I'm a lover of life. I love having fun. I love going to fun places and everything. So when I was in campus, there was this time, I think I spoke about starting the professional course when still doing the degree. So at first, the reason why the excuses I was giving myself is like, now when I start doing it, when will I be going out with friends? When will I be doing this? When will I be doing this? Like, I'll not have enough time.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But I decided to give it a shot.
Yeah.
And I was confident in myself. And I did it. And by the time I was graduating, or one sitting after graduation, I had already finished part 1, which was an added advantage, because when you're looking for a job, they usually say the degree only is not enough. You need to have the degree and something extra. So I was like, the fact that I was confident enough to do those exams, and despite people saying, hey, zinakuanga ngumu, because they are offered by CASNEB, so people are like, hey, unafanya CASNEB na unafanya pamoja na degree, wewe kwani unataka kujiua nini. But I didn't listen to that. Like, that didn't make me doubt myself. I did it either way. And it changed the outcome, because I'm thinking if I hadn't started, probably right now is when I'd be struggling to finish the part 1, the part 1 of that professional course. So that's step of faith, because again, confidence is also linked to faith, because it's about you taking a step, not knowing where it will lead you to. Like, it's like there's a staircase, but you're only seeing maybe the first 3 steps. You're not seeing where the staircase is going to, or whether there are other steps there. So you having confidence is you starting that first step, second step, like that, without seeing the full. All right. Yeah. So that's my experience of how confidence changed the outcome.
Amazing. I can tell you that confidence can move mountains. You just have to believe in what you have, in who you are, and if you believe in something, you have to stand with it. And you'll see so many doors opening. You'll see you moving so many mountains and cruising through some deep valleys. I want us to turn maybe at the mode of the conversation a little bit. There is this one thing called failure. Personally, I don't like failing, but I always say there are 2 types of failing. I can fail today because I didn't do enough, but I can fail honorably because I did something, but things just didn't work out. So I always say, even if I fail, I want to fail honorably.
Honorably,
I want to
yeah.
fail. I want to sit down and reflect about the entire journey and say, you know what? Yeah, personally, with whatever I had, with the person I am, I gave it my best. It just didn't work. But then again, there is something that failure does in building confidence. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. Failure normally helps you in building your real confidence. Let me call it real confidence. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Sometimes it's until you fail is when you realize that, you know what, I'm not weak. I'm very strong, and I'm very, 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 very confident. So, do you have maybe experience or what can you tell us how failure builds that real confidence?
So, back to that scenario of doing the professional course, the way people people say that they are hard, sijui nini nini. I started doing them. I enrolled for the professional course, I think, when I was in second semester.
Yeah.
So, my entire campus life, from first year 1.1, 1.2, 2.1, Evo, I had never gotten a soup. So even when I'm enrolling here, when I am enrolling to this, and by the way I finished without ever getting a soup. Just FYI.
I see. We are many anyway.
We are many.
Yeah.
So
no, we are few. The few of us. Yeah.
So when I enrolled to this one, see, I'm like, I see these are just the units that we are doing in campus. Kwani what's hard? Where I did the first exam, when the results came in, hey, I saw fail. I did three units that first exam. I saw fail, pass, fail. Hey, I remember I saw the previous night you had gone out with my friends. Now the morning, that's when I had people saying, hey, unajua exams za CASNEB zimetokea nini. We were two in our class who were doing those papers. So the other lady is the one who called me, and she was like, Gatwiri, umepata nini? Nikamwambia wapi? Ati mtihani za nini zimetokea? Nika like, sijaone, bwacha niangalie. I think she had passed 2 and failed 1. Hey, me had failed 2 and passed 1. Hey, I was like, what? Am I sure I'm going to continue with this one? I called my mother. I told her, hey mom, mtihani imekuja nini. Thankfully my mother is an accountant. She had done the CASNEB thingies, so she knows. She knows. So she was like, umepita, na ulikuwa unajisomea, hata hiyo moja, congratulations nini. And I was like, hey, okay. I was afraid to tell my dad because I was like, ataniingilia. But my mom told him either way. And so that time I was like, mi hata sioni kama nitaifanya tena, sijui, like that. But again, I was like, this one, you see, the one that you said, I think I failed because I didn't do enough. That was not an honorable failure, honestly. That one I failed because I didn't do enough. But you see, it kind of shook my confidence kidogo. But again, I was like, now, if it's ile part ya damned if you do, damned if you don't. If I don't enroll for the exams, the next exam sitting, I won't move. If I do, I might, and I put the effort that is required, I might pass. And even if I fail, at least I can't be that stupid nianguke zote tatu. At least I'll pass one, so I'll have made progress. And I did, and I passed all 3 of them that second sitting. Now, because I did the 2, I repeated the 2 that I failed, and that one and another additional one, and I passed them. And that is how I managed to like progress to the next, like that. So that whatever you said makes sense. The one that for a confident person, like after you fail, if you are able to rise up again, if you have that resilience, that one is your true confidence.
a confident person is somebody who stay grounded to their self-worth. What habits or routines can help you like build? Just ensuring that the things that you adapt, the habits, the routines that you adapt to always keep you grounded on your self-worth.
Okay. So for me, again, I am a Christian. So for me, one is always reading the Word of God. I remember there was a period there somewhere between finishing campus and transitioning to work. There was a period there I had stopped. It's like I had stopped reading the Bible, and that time my confidence really shook, because now that time my confidence relied on what other people are telling me. And you know, when you wait for people to tell you or people to compliment you, you are lost. You are lost, because kuna siku people will be too caught up in their things, they won't even notice you, they won't even have the ability to affirm you or anything. So one is reading the Word of God, knowing who you are in Christ. And number two is affirming myself, because if I don't affirm myself, who else will? Me, every morning before I go to work, I usually look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, hey, you look nice, you look good. Even sometimes if I have a bit of time, even take photos before I get out of the house, so that day when if I meet with you na nilikuwa nimeng'ara na hata usiniambie, sita feel vibaya ama sita feel ati ama ingwa ikuwa vizuri venye nilikuwa nafikiria. No, I've already told myself. So if you tell me, itakuwa ile ya thank you, but si ile yenye like ni ile ya I know, lakini sasa pia kwa sababu watu ukimwambia I know atasema no, uko na maringo siku hizi, utakuwa like thank you, but I knew. So reading the Word of God, affirming myself, and staying true to myself. Staying true to myself, not trying to change myself to fit into what people want me to be.
That's very important. Speaking of that, you see, sometimes we are rejected. Sometimes we lose. But then again, when those two things happen, you normally feel like you can lose confidence. I've been there, and after you've responded, I'll tell you a story. But then how then do we rebuild that confidence after that rejection or that loss?
Okay. So one thing we can do is not, mostly, and we can't even blame ourselves. It's society that has made us think like that, or has wired us to think like that. Probably, let's say it's a job. You've interviewed, you've given your best and everything, but again you are rejected. Or maybe you're already working, and then now ikafika time in this you know who economy. Staki nitaje tusikie msubaru hapa. In this you know who economy, companies are really struggling to
you can just say term one or one term.
One term.
Okay.
So in this economy you find some companies are struggling, so they have to downsize, so you find you are laid off or something. That can do a number on your confidence, and you'll be like, now why me? Why was I the one who was laid off, whatever? Or was I not good enough? Did I not present myself well enough in that interview that I was rejected? Maybe it's a relationship. We don't want to pretend we live in a world where we live by ourselves. Maybe it's a relationship, umeachwa, maybe even friendships. You can just be having a friend, you are close, and then all of a sudden the friend doesn't want to speak to you. And then it will definitely do something to your confidence. But one thing we have to realize is that our worth is not tied to those things. Our worth is not tied to that job. Your worth is not tied to that partner or that friend or whoever is rejecting you. Your worth is what, again, something that we mentioned in that episode for how to stand out in a world that fits in. Your worth is your authentic self. We said that that's your authentic self, that unique thing that you have is your value.
True.
So that is what your worth is. So we need like to stop tying our worth to those things that come and go.
Yeah.
Like niza upepo, ni kama za upepo zinapita tu.
That way,
that way when you are rejected, maybe you don't get that interview, when you don't get that job after giving it your all, you will not feel like less of a person. You'll just know. Probably, well, the Lulu people, we usually say probably I was too overqualified for that position. You know, probably I was too much for that person to handle. You know, you just tell, even if it's being delusional. Sometimes I buy into that thing of sometimes being delusion can be the only solution.
True.
So so that rejection doesn't do that thing to you, because you yourself, as you said, failing honorably, that one will, at least you'll know me, that one I gave it my all. If my best was not their best, that's okay. That's a them problem, that's not a you problem. So don't tie your worth to those things, those material things, hizo zenye zinapita, and that way when you are rejected, you'll just know, oh, they rejected me, that's okay, their loss.
You know one thing, I've a story. I've so many stories. One day, I don't know if it is you, but one day I think I'll invite a guest and then I'll tell them to interview me so that I give my story. But I've experienced I've lost confidence when I lost my mom. I was in high school, and I can tell you that from a very young age, I've been living a purposeful life, a very intentional life. And one of the motivating factors was my mother. Like, I love that woman, and she is even today my superhero. So when I received the news that I lost my mom, and actually I received the news the same day, like today, the day we are recording this podcast. So when I received the news, I was so shaken. Like, I struggled a lot. I felt like, you know what? Now I just want to live. I just want to sleep, wake up, see the next day, and wait for evening to come, night to come, and then I sleep. That purpose, that meaning of living life left me. That confidence of approaching each day with a lot of enthusiasm left me. I didn't have a purpose of living life. I totally lost that confidence. And how I rebuild it, I sat down and said, you know what, it starts with me. I know I've always wanted to live this life for my mom and myself. Now there is one part that is not there, because I remember when I received the news, the next week I had midterm exams. I did the exams. I never even studied. I never revised for them. Anyway, I still passed them, but I didn't do what I was supposed to do. The fact that I didn't score 100% in all the papers, it meant that if I could have maybe prepared, I could have done better than I did, even though I passed. But then I realized that, I have to re-engineer this thing. There is one piece that is not there today. She's not present here. But then I have to put myself first. And that is why I speak highly about myself, and I really value myself. And it's something that I learned from that experience when I lost my mother. I looked around and I could only see myself. And they said the most important thing that I'm having at the moment is myself. So I have to live this meaningful and purposeful life for myself. And that is how I rebuild it. So for you to even rebuild that confidence, you must have a purpose. You must have a purpose of everything that you do. You can't say that you are confident about life if you don't have a purpose for that life. You can't talk of being confident in whatever you do if you don't have a purpose about whatever you are doing. If, for example, I'm a constructor, I must have a purpose for that construction for me to be confident. If I'm a podcaster, I have I must have, even for this podcast, I have a purpose for it. And that is why I'm very confident about whatever I'm doing. Yeah. So you really need to have a purpose. You can't just be confident without purpose. And that is why maybe sometimes, even if somebody confuses my confidence with arrogance, one thing I always ask myself, did I have purpose when I was doing this thing? When my confidence was being experienced and being mistaken for arrogance? If the answer is yes, I don't care about people's opinions. Yeah. So as you wind up, Glory, maybe one advice for that one person who is feeling they're not ready, they don't have that confidence. Maybe tell them why confidence is important and why they really need to get ready. Yeah.
First of all, from your story, I'm pretty sure your mom is very proud of you. As
she
watching,
is.
She must be very proud of you, and I'm sure she wouldn't have wanted your life to stop when she left.
Yeah.
So, and may she continue resting in peace. So, to anyone who has, sorry, what was the question again?
The question was to somebody who is feeling like they're not ready, and this one is because they don't have the confidence. What can you tell them, and what can you tell them to do, and why confidence is also important?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just do it. That's what I'll tell you. Just do it, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
As we have said some minutes back, we've said that you'll never be fully ready.
Yeah.
You'll never feel ready.
Yeah.
And we've said that confidence is not perfection.
Yeah.
It's you doing whatever you want to do when you're scared. Whatever the outcome will be, at least you did it. So you just do it. And confidence is important because that's what will make you, even if you do it and you fail, that's what will make you usmame, you dust yourself off and you continue. Yeah. So you just do it. Do it scared.
All right. Thank you very much, Glory. Thank you for helping us decode the confidence code. Basically, confidence is what helps us walk with truth. So you can't be confident if your confidence is not built on truth, built in authenticity, and built in purpose.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure. So for me, my take home is that confidence is not something you're born with. It's something you develop day by day, moment by moment, and choice by choice. So for you who is feeling not ready, for you who is feeling like I've been rejected or I've lost something and my confidence has gone or I'm not good enough for it, I'm telling you, nobody is ever good for everything. Nobody is perfect. We build this day by day, but what helps us is finding purpose and living that purpose with a lot of reality, with truth in it, with honesty. That is what we call confidence. Until next time, my name is Paul Bryan, and our guest today was Glory Gatwiri. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.